If life is happening for you, not to you, how is the thing that's going on right now that's not the funnest, that you would really rather wish it wasn't happening, how could that be happening for you? So for me, this morning my car broke down and I was on my way to exercise, do the lighthouse, feeling fresh, feeling good for my body. And I could have got really upset and been like, crap, like, my car's broken down, I don't get to go walking, like I don't get to do what my plan was for the day. However, I just tottled off and went to a cafe, sat down, and because I couldn't get anywhere else, I suddenly had time to focus on something that I wouldn't normally focus on. And I got to think about it, spend some time catching up on stuff that I had let slide away. And then I got to actually walk home. So I got my exercise anyway, and I got some more point of views that I wouldn't have necessarily gotten today. So perhaps it was perfect that my car broke down, so I had the opportunity to have the space to do something different, to have the awarenesses of different things, and also do this self-inquiry about, well, how could this be the best thing that's happening to me right now? What if it wasn't that bad? What if there was a gift in this for me, for my soul's evolution, for me to grow as a person and as a being? And it got me to thinking, well, yeah, all of the tough times that I have had in my life, and I've had a lot, and they haven't been fun at the time. However, what I got from them was incredible, and it helped me so much in my life. And a lot of people will say that when they go through tough things. It's like the thing that made them. And when they've moved through the trauma of it, as in they've moved through the intense anger or grief or whatever the intense feeling is, when that's gone, there's actually a new perspective. And you can almost see, this has actually helped me to be the person that I am. And I really like who I am right now. So I ask you, what's the gift in where you are right now? What have you learnt or learning right now that you wouldn't have necessarily learnt before? Sometimes it can even look like, for me, well, who did I need to reach out with and connect with in order to move through this process, whatever it is? And perhaps that was the goal. Perhaps I needed to meet that person who introduced me to someone else, and that gave me an idea to start a business. Or perhaps I felt so bad that I reached out and moved through some stuff, whether it was with a person, a healer, a coach, a friend, and then that ended up changing my whole direction in life. Perhaps I needed the universe to show me a sign that what I was doing, my way of being, wasn't working. So things needed to shut down and not make that way forward accessible. So I really like this perspective of zooming out and starting to question things, because I find that in the question I get more self-awareness, more self-knowledge, and that inevitably makes me feel really good. And I know that people watching this might be having the worst time and be like, how could you ask that question? Like, that's the worst, this is the worst thing that's going on and it's terrible. And I get it, I really do. I don't know what your situation is, but I've had things that have been so bad. And sometimes it's hard to have this perspective when you're in it. I totally get it. It's more of a philosophical, if that is the right word, philosophy question that helps being out of it. And so that's why when we move through the emotions of things, then we can gain that deeper wisdom. A thing that I've found that really supported me, and still to this day supports me in moving through emotions of things so I don't get stuck in it and weighed down, is emotional freedom technique, or tapping, EFT. And I'm a practitioner of this. And the reason I'm a practitioner is because it changed my life. And now I do that for other people and support them in moving through whatever that intense emotion is that's keeping that trauma stuck there and preventing a new kind of awareness. I help release that with people. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool thing, a pretty interesting perspective change. So share below, you know, what could be the greatest gift about where you are right now? How has this opened up a new way for you?